How's it going, guys? Me, David, here for another shave, and today is the video that I promised you guys during my last video. This is the second of my Portland Razor Company little mini series here. Today I'm going to be using the Cascade Steel Professional Barber Use Razor. So, quick little story on this. Scott of Portland Razor Company decided that he wanted to do a razor that professional barbers can use. And not just a shavette. Shavettes are, for those of you that don't know what a shavette is, they are the replaceable blade straight razors that are used in, or most commonly used in barbershops, I should say. Some people will use actual cartridge razors for it. Shame on them for doing that, but that's a separate issue. This one here, he did some research, and actually, from the research that he did, it actually states, or health code, or whoever the hell actually writes those rules, you can use one of these as long as it is completely submergible in disinfectant. Excuse me, I had a little bit of a burp there. So, they developed this razor to be able to be completely submergible in barbicide without ruining any of the hardware, the scales, or the actual steel of the razor. If you have used barbicide before and you leave certain things in there, it can eat away at plating. It can eat away at certain materials and just cause them to deteriorate. So obviously you have to use some stuff that won't burn up in the barbicide. So here we have this Cascade steel is a particular steel that Scott and Portland Razor Company are going to keep a complete secret. I'm sure it's not some crazy magical steel or nothing, but they felt that it was the best steel for this use. They absolutely love it. They're going to keep it under wraps as long as possible. I'm sure somebody will figure it out eventually, but for the time being, they are the ones that are using this. In terms as far as I know, and I think as far as Scott knows, they're probably the only ones that are using this particular steel for straight razors, or at least for their standard production straight razors. I'm sure people do some funny requests when they do customs, but in terms of a production razor, this is the only one that you're going to find under this steel. This one has the G10 scales, which I've heard many times before that people say that G10 cheapens even the look of custom razors and so on. I don't know about you guys, and you guys can't see like the texture in it because my camera's not that good, but I think these scales look fantastic. Like, I would not mind a custom razor with these scales in them. So I actually think G10 is really cool. Has the black spacer. It's just a very classy piece. It's just nice. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, not all the engravings and whatnot, but it's a badass razor. And they're gonna make this model razor a bit shorter, so it's a little bit more maneuverable. This must be an early rendition of it, because I believe they cut an inch off of some of the ones. And the pictures that I've seen on their Instagram, the blade looks smaller. So I believe that the ones that they're releasing to everybody and actually selling are a bit shorter, which is really cool. I love shorty razors, and as somebody that cuts hair for fun, it's a little hobby of mine, I know that you need a smaller razor, easier to maneuver, especially when you're doing all the edge ups and whatnot. So that's really cool. I enjoy, a modern production shorty razor is pretty cool. So that's what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to go load up my soap and get right into it. Today I'm just going to be using some Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement soaps. Sangre de Drago, one of my favorite. I absolutely love this set, and I actually haven't used the soap in a while, just being that I'm always using some new stuff. So I thought, since the main focus is going to be a razor today, why not use one of my old favorites? So the weather's been absolutely beautiful over here. I know some people are just barely starting to get some sun from the winter and whatnot. Us, again, we don't get much of a winter, but early on in spring, late winter for us, we've been getting rain the last couple years, and it followed suit this year. So for the last couple weeks, we've been having quite a bit of rain. I don't think it's any kind of record-setting rain or anything, but it's been abnormally wet for us. So today was like a beautiful sunny day, about 65 degrees. So that is just, weather don't get much better than that. I did load a bit heavy. This is a big knot, it's a 28mm knot. So it could eat up some lather. So loaded up heavy. So the edge on the Griffin razor by Portland Razor Company was excellent. So I expect the same from this one. This is a 5/8 blade. I usually don't use 5/8 blades. 6/8 is usually about as low as I'll go for something that I would personally buy. But since this is just a review piece, you know, here we are, the 5/8, and this is what's going to be for professional use. So I imagine a 5/8, something a bit smaller, lighter, prevent some hand fatigue, would be better for a professional setting. Very nice edge. You see no skin stretching, just flying through the hair. So in terms of professional use, I would love to know, and Scott, if you watch, well, I would imagine you watch this at some point. I would love to know if you guys are offering maybe like a sharpening service for this, because it's one thing to, because I know barbers, and they're usually looking for inexpensive options to use in their barber shops. You know, they're trying to stay as profitable as possible. Now, I know two different types of barbers. I know barbers that will buy the best gear that's out. Oh, a pimple there. When I let my hair grow out long, and if you've seen, I had quite a bit of hair growth, I get pimples. And look, I got one right there. I don't even think I nicked it too much, but still I see it's there. But okay, so two types of barbers. The kind that'll buy all the best gear because they see the value in it. And the ones that are a bunch of cheap bastards and will haggle every dollar that they can off of a price of equipment. So I'm curious if you're offering a sharpening service, because I would imagine it'd be a difficult sell to professional barbers if they had to spend a lot of money to maintain these. And I also don't think many of them, if any, are really going to want to learn how to hone. So I would like to know what you guys are actually offering in terms of blade maintenance for these razors. Like I'm sure, like most things, you'll have a standard warranty if there's anything defective with it. But yeah, maintenance is going to be big. And in a professional setting, like with me, personal use, I get about a year out of a razor. That's shaving my face as little as once a week up to 5 a week. So, obviously with a barber in a professional setting, they're going to be using this maybe, if you're busy, 20 times a day. So I am curious to know what exactly is that selling point. Like, I don't know if you guys are offering free honing or what. And in terms of straight razors go, this straight razor is under under $200, I believe. Don't quote me on that price because I didn't check. I probably should, but I never really do my research before this. And part of it is being lazy, that I don't do all my research, but I also want no preconceived notions. I don't want to read anything. I don't want to happen to fall on a review that somebody left and let that affect how I feel about the razor. And people could say, oh no, I'll still formulate my own opinions. You hear stuff, it gets into your mind, and sometimes that stuff sticks. So I try not to know much about stuff before I use it. Like, I would imagine you have to be offering a honing service, because I don't think a lot of barbers are going to know private honers, or so to speak. Also, if these, I also would like to know, for a professional use item like this, are you guys going to be able to create enough inventory to wholesale to people? Because also, another thing I know about a lot of barbers is they'll usually go back to the same people and over again to buy their stuff. If their local guy doesn't have a certain item, they'll never use it. And maybe that's the thought process, maybe more of some of the older people. Like, I don't know if the new wave of barbers like to venture out and research to see who has what, but I know a lot of guys that they stick to their local distributor, and they usually constantly get from that person. And again, barbers being as cheap as they are, they'll go with the people that give them the best deal. But also with a market like this, there's no competitors. Nobody else has a straight razor like this that is tailored for barbers and meant for their specific use. So, already on my third pass here. For those of you guys that can hear the TV in the background, that's Bones. And one thing that I tell people, because I got a lot of customers that go into Old Town Shaving, and they ask me, oh, I hear you get the best shaves ever from a straight razor. I hear that they're closer than anything. No, I don't feel that. Me personally, I know some people swear that their shaves are much better with the straight razor. And I'm sure it depends on everybody's skin, the way their hair grows and all that good stuff. But they want to make the general statement of, oh, they give the closest shaves out of anything. And the way I always answer that is, I can't say that it gives me the closest shaves, but it gives me the most comfortable shaves. That pimple I have right here on my neck, any safety razor that I were to use on that, I would have chopped it off and I would have been bleeding. I've been able to go over that pimple there about 4 times now. No blood. Not a speck. And when you get the nice light touch that I think you really need to be a good straight razor shaver, it gives you the most comfortable, clean, just satisfying shaves. No shave has been more gentle than the shave of a straight razor. For me. But of course, with using the straight razor, it takes a lot of practice and patience. Alright, so I'm going to rinse off my face and just see if there's anything around the goatee that I need to touch up on. Okay, just gonna get a little spot above my mustache. Also, something that I hear almost on a daily basis when I'm working at the shave shop. Somebody comes in, some random ass person goes, they walk in, they give this like disturbed look and like, people actually buy this stuff? I'm like, no, the shop's open because we wanted to sell absolutely nothing. Like, as if it's the equivalent of having like a fucking rare bookstore. Like, yes, obviously people are buying this stuff. We're here. So it's just weird, the reactions or the weird things people will say. It's like I find that like the equivalent of seeing somebody wearing the sweater and go, oh my god, you bought that sweater? Like, that's pretty offensive, like, idiot. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And it probably shouldn't bother me as much as it does, but it irks me every time somebody comes in and asks that. Like, it just doesn't make no sense to me. And again, maybe it probably wouldn't irk me so much is if they didn't have that disgusted look on their face. Like if we were selling those damn sex dolls that everybody's been freaking out about. It's just weird. It's just a very weird reaction to something. I know traditional shaving isn't commonplace, but it's not taboo either. It's not, you know, they look at us like we're a bunch of perverts in there. It's just odd. It's just a very weird look. And I think that's probably what bothers me more with that accompanying question. But whatever. So you guys seen it. Super quick shave with the Cascade steel razor by Portland Razor Company. Right, this is again, anybody could use this, but it is targeted towards professional barbers. So if you're somebody that does have a barber shop and has any questions, I would recommend hitting up Scott over at Portland Razor Company. He's done his research, folks. I didn't, so I don't know all the ins and outs of all the laws and stuff, but he says this can be used in a professional setting. So I'm going to take his word for it. If you have any questions, drop a message there and try it out. Why not? An American-made straight razor for under $200 is a great price, especially quality. I'm telling you, the fit, the finish, the grind is pretty damn flawless. Now, you can never say everything's perfect, but with my experience with the straight razors, me looking at this is damn near flawless. Again, I want to give myself some wiggle room just in case somebody finds something wrong with it, but it's pretty damn awesome. So thank you, Scott, again for letting me use this razor. I'm gonna have it in the mail for you tomorrow. Clean shave, clean, comfortable shave. Hit their honing jobs over there. I don't know who specifically does the honing, or if all you guys can do it, but the edges on these razors are nice. That's something I could definitely speak to. So again, thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.